The Parashat of Vayakhel takes us back to the same narrative we've been looking at the last 3 weeks already since Parashat Teruma. It's the Mishkan, it's the details, it's the materials, it's the building, seemingly well-known material. Beginning of the Parashat, Moshe Rabbeinu, Vayakhel Moshe, he gathers together the entire nation and delivers the new instructions or the commandments from Hashem regarding the Mishkan. We know that. That's the simple reading. Seen through the prism of the Hasidic imagination, the opening few lines of this week's parasha take on a whole new meaning. I want to share them with you because at times it's fascinating to see a whole new perspective on Torah and lessons that emerge from words that don't obviously deliver that message. And sometimes it's to do with alternative paragraphs, alternative full stops and commas and breaking up a pasuk differently. Vayakhel Moshe. Moshe represents the tzaddik, the leader, the educator, the spiritual guide. That's what he represents for all time. And what did he say? Eila hadvarim. These words. What words? The words of the opening words of the parasha, of gathering the people together. This is what Hashem wants us to do. Ever wondered why in the Hasidic world they spend so much time bringing, sitting together, gathering together, learning together, eating together, drinking together, singing together? It's because there's a value in and of itself. Jewish unity, Jewish brotherhood, togetherness, feeling part of a community, feeling connected with another Jew, sharing Torah, sharing food, sharing moments that seem mundane and elevating them on a spiritual level, or sharing spiritual levels and taking it further. That's the first lesson in this week's Sedra, in the Hasidic imagination, through the prism of this particular perspective, that gathering together is the words that Hashem wants us, is what Hashem's commanding us to do. But it goes a bit further. Vayakhel Moshe. Moshe is the leader. What is he doing? He's gathering himself. He is contracting. The best educators are not necessarily those with several degrees and language that no one can understand. The best educators are those who are able to take a message, a lofty lesson, something profound, and explain that to the masses. We don't need philosophers sitting in ivory towers meditating, contemplating great ideas and it's stopping with them. We need them to share those deep concepts, the beauty of our tradition with everybody else. The Vayakhel Moshe. Moshe gathered himself in, contracted himself, was able to communicate the message to the Jewish people. And here as well, in the world of the Hasidic world, the world of the mystics, the leader, the supreme leader is seen as so far above the regular Jew in the pew. Every single other person, in order to be effective, the tzaddik, the righteous person, has to come down. And that really is true of all of us. It's true of us as parents who want to impart messages and lessons to our children. They have to be those that can be communicated and communicated in a language that resonates. So an old language won't resonate with the modern world. And it's Torah as well. The message has to be packaged in a way that makes sense to the audience. And if it requires the leader who has infinite understandings of a text, or has deeper understandings, to contract themselves, to reduce their words, to make it simpler, then that is the job of the educator par excellence, those that want to be considered walking in the footsteps of Moshe Rabbeinu. Shabbat Shalom.